Okay, so here I am again. Nice to see you guys. Pandora and I are in the truck on the freeway, and we're heading down to the UW Medical Center in Seattle to do preoperative stuff. So I am going to have surgery. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to have a CT scan of my head. They haven't explained why. I'm presuming so they can see if there's been any change from between now and the last time they did the MRI, like when they did that MRI last time. I'm also going to be meeting Dr. Anup Patel, esteemed neurosurgeon. This is one of very few people that will be touching my brain at some point. So I got that going for me. Also, I'm going to be meeting with the anesthesiologist to talk about anesthesia, I presume. I'm nervous about today, but I don't know if I have a good reason to be. I don't think they're going to be telling us anything we don't already know. I think this is just kind of routine, get ready for the surgery. Looks like the surgery is going to be on the 7th, but, you know, we'll see. That might change. We might find out different today. So there you go. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me. There's a lot going on here, and I don't want to be conspicuous, but we just, we're having, oh my God. Yeah, she's delightful. We just had a CT scan. I was too big for the strap they needed to use to keep my arms to my side, so I just kind of had to muscle it out, which is no problem. I was in and out of there, easy peasy. Kind of taken back into this labyrinth of corridors to the machine, but they got me in there early, got me out quick. It was no hassle, no pain, no whatever. Oh my God. Yeah, Pandora. That's Pandora. She's delightful. And we just came down here to the Plaza Cafe for a wonderful lunch. I had a pretty good cheeseburger. She had a slice of pizza. The food at this cafe is pretty good.
It had roasted garlic on it. It was delicious.
Yeah, she said the pizza has roast garlic on it. Really good. What did you just do to yourself?
I just poked myself in the eyeball.
Yeah. This is the woman that's going to be taking care of me. So we're just having a little bit of a sit down before going to meet Dr. Patel. We'll see if he lets us get him on camera so you guys can meet him too. Hi.
So here it is. This is the mass that we're talking about. It's on the right side, just behind the right eye.
Yeah. It
involves this bone here called the sphenoid bone, which is very common. Yeah, which is very common for these, and it's causing pressure symptoms on the eye. You can see this eye is actually shifted forward a little bit relative to this one. It's very subtle.
Yeah. Okay. I wondered about that because sometimes I don't know if it's my imagination, but I almost feel like I can feel it.
Yeah. No, and it's probably under a fair amount of pressure too. It probably feels like there's a lot of pressure in there. So essentially, what we do is, like I said, we make an incision behind the hairline. We move everything forward. We remove a piece of the cranial bone here, and then we drill out this sphenoid bone and part of the bone at the back of the eye, and that lets us get access to the area where the tumor is. We remove the tumor, and then Dr. Zhang and I together do the reconstruction. Meaning we either use what we call a custom implant or some other type of titanium mesh or flexible material to recontour the eye so that it's supported as much as it needs to be. So the operation itself will take something like 4 to 6 hours. We'll have you in the hospital for 2 to 3 days. That eye will be really swollen after the surgery. It'll probably swell shut. That's all very normal. And then usually within the next 3 to 4 weeks after the operation, everything kind of settles down, all the swelling goes away, that sort of thing. And then after we're done with the operation, obviously we put whatever bone we take out, we put back in and we replate it with titanium plates to hold that back in place.
Sorry.
No, that's always why people usually do get a little kick out of that. So. like I said, these are usually benign, and 90+% of them are totally benign. There's a smaller percentage of them that are what we call atypical or grade 2, which are again not cancerous or anything like that, but they just have a higher rate of growing back. And so for those, we sometimes will think about doing radiation afterwards. But it depends just a lot on how much of it we get out, and if there's anything left after the operation, then we'll talk to you more about that. But step number 1 is obviously just getting this thing out of there, getting it off to the pathologist so they can tell us exactly what we're dealing with and give us a grade.
Beautiful.
Okay. So I think we're actually on this. We actually sort of preemptively got you on the schedule for June, sometime in June, I believe.
I think the itinerary I got said the 7th.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Now the only thing is, the one reason we may have to move it back. It depends if Dr. Zhang needs to order a custom implant for the eye.
Okay.
If that's the case, sometimes it takes a little while. They actually 3D print it, so it takes them a little while to.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. They can make it look really, really, really slick. They essentially mirror this side, and so it would basically be all of this bone would be part of the custom implant.
Every time I see one of these MRI images, I think, that's pre-sliced. You can just plug that right into a 3D printer.
Yeah, exactly right.
Really neat.
Exactly right. So you can literally, we basically take a template from the other side and kind of mirror it, and then we can reform and then they print it out of this material called Medpor, which is essentially a porous sort of plastic type material.
It's really neat.
It's made out of a polymer, and then we can screw it in place and all sorts of things.
Okay, so there you have it. On the 7th of June, Tyler is getting torn out of my skull by the esteemed Dr. Patel, whom you met earlier. Again, he builds quite a lot of confidence. He seems to know what he's doing. He's professional. He's prominent in his field. I don't think you could ask for a better crew for Team Get Rid of the Tumor. But, that doesn't really remove much of the, or at least it doesn't remove a lot of the, fear and the discomfort with the idea of what they're going to be doing to my skull. I couldn't get these guys to stop talking about the procedure. The whole craniotomy thing. Although the fact that I'm going to have a 3D printed, high-tech 3D printed thing inside my head, that's pretty cool. That makes me a cyborg of sorts, which is rad. Looks like the recovery is going to be 3 to 5 days. I'm going to be in the hospital down there. 6 weeks to a month recovery. I'm going to try and arrange for about a month worth of time off from work. We'll see if that works. One of the hitches I have is short-term disability. I'm not sure I'm going to qualify for it. But we're going to deal with that in another video. So, yeah. That's a whole extra adventure. Anyway, there you go. There's your update. Signing off for now.